He's somebody that everybody loves. If he falls on hard times, they have him for dinner. I can't think of a better TV show to pattern a good life after. In fact, we'll open up the lines to that as well. What television show would be the best one to pattern our lives after? This guy says that the Andy Griffith Show is the best. Maybe you can come up with a better list. All right, now I know that I have some people who want to comment on Reverend Phelps, who was on last hour, too. Jackie is in Burien. Hello, Jackie. You're on 710 KIRO.
Hi, Dori.
Hey, Jackie.
I just wanted to say I was really glad that...
Tim's, thank you for coming on today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Now, people who listen to this show know that I think the Andy Griffith Show is one of the greatest shows in TV history. One of the 5 best shows in TV history. In fact, one of my dogs I sadly had to put to sleep last year, but my 2 dogs were named Barney and Thelma Lou. So that tells you how much I like the Andy Griffith Show.
You must like them.
Yeah, exactly. And like I was saying before we got you on the air, I think that we'd have a much better society if every town was like Mayberry. Is that the reason you're actually basing your sermons on the Andy Griffith Show?
I think, we all wished every town was like Mayberry, but unfortunately it's not. And we feel like in our situation that we're in a very diverse community, and we're trying to reach as many people as we can, especially the unchurched. And we found that this show has had high reviews and it's very popular, and so we're taking some of the episodes and applying it to a Bible study beginning tonight, and then follow up with a sermon in relation to that subject that we're dealing with tonight on Sunday morning.
So give me an example of some episodes that you're using as an object lesson.
Well, for example, tonight we're using the Ray Pollister Sings episode. You familiar with that one?
I am. Why don't you describe it to people?
Well, it's about this farmer, and he's dressed in overalls, and he's got a beautiful voice, and he goes and tries out for the Ladies League Society musical.
Right.
And Barney thought he had it wrapped up, but Ray can sing. And so he gets the part. And the mayor doesn't like it, and Miss Jeffries doesn't like it because the way he dresses.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to get Andy to tell him he didn't win. And so Andy has a hard time doing that and doesn't tell him. And so you know how Andy is. He tries to make both sides happy. But anyway, the bottom line is this show deals with the problem of prejudgment and prejudice.
Now, Ray Foster, is he the guy who had the looker for a daughter that Ernest T. Bass fell in love with?
No, I don't think that's him.
That was the guy up in the hills, right?
Yeah, that's the Darlings or something like that up there.
That's right, the Darlings.
But this is Ray's an ex-moonshiner.
Yeah.
And now he's a farmer. He's raising vegetables and all that,
Okay, got it.
But we're trying to, as George Lindsay said, who played Goober, that every episode, of which all 249 episodes, Andy Griffith stressed very firmly that he wanted some high moral values in each episode.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we're trying to portray in this study.
Isn't it interesting, too, that the show in syndication remains hugely popular, and yet if somebody tried to launch a show like that in the year 2000, it would be so corny, nobody would watch it.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I mean, the fact that it's so popular suggests that there are a lot of us. I mean, that's a show. I have three young daughters. That's a show that I know I can sit down with my kids and have no problem with them watching it.
Beg your pardon?
It's a show, it's one of the only shows on TV where I know I can sit down with my kids and watch it, and have no
yeah.
problem.
Yeah, exactly. And we're trying to make it a family thing, and here and show and you'll be surprised at the number of people that all ages that have expressed interest in it, from teenagers up to 80-year-old adults. You know.
So when you and what other episodes are you going to use to preach?
We're using. Let's see if I have them right here. We're using Aunt B and the Medicine Man, Opie, the spoiled kid, and then what's the name of the one where Opie and Barney are fighting it out over Thelma Lou? You know,
okay.
Opie has a crush on Thelma Lou.
Yeah.
And so we're using that one. So those are the 4 episodes we're going to do on Wednesday nights. This is more or less a trial run for us to see how to go over in our area of town.
And you said that some other churches have done this?
Yeah, there's some Methodist churches have done it. It originated out of Huntsville, Alabama, a Church of Christ up there. A young man by the name of Joey Fan. Matter of fact, you could log on BarneyFife.com and get a lot of information from him.
Wow. I didn't even know that site existed.
Yeah, well, try that,
Yeah.
and you'll get a lot of information on it.
Well,
it's very informative.
Well, as I was saying to everybody before we got you on, I think that there probably are some other TV shows that would have good moral codes that we could all live by, but maybe none better than Andy Griffith. So I think it's an admirable thing to try to get people interested in church.
Yeah.
It's a creative approach.
Right. I can't think of any better shows to use to stress the morals that we need to abide by, and that's whether you're in church or out of church.
Yeah. How about Three's Company? Think you could work some sermons around Three's Company?
You know, I don't know. Someone asked me that earlier, and then there's I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah. Right.
The Bill Cosby show. The family show there that was on the air.
Right.
There's someone even asked me about the Simpsons. I said I haven't looked at the Simpsons that much.
Oh, the Simpsons is the best. Simpsons, I think, would make for some great sermons.
Yeah, they do. And I tell you, the Peanuts cartoon comic strips make good sermon illustrations.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Reverend, well, good luck with this.
We're enjoying Mayberry.
Yeah, who doesn't enjoy Mayberry?
Yeah, and we're going to have a good time tonight.
All right, Reverend. Well, thanks for spending some time with us, okay?
Wish you were here. We'd give you some homemade cookies.
Oh, man, just out of Aunt B's cookbook, too.
Hey, thank you for having us on.
All right, Reverend. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Rev.Jerry Sims is preaching the gospel according to Andy Griffith. All right, so let me ask this question once again. What other TV shows? Andy Griffith is a good one. What other television shows would make a good basis for object lessons? Maybe not for a preacher necessarily, but maybe for you. Maybe in your family. What is this? Who's whistling?
I am.
Oh, Sarah! It's you! Hey, hold on. Let me set up my topic here first. All right. Although it is kind of whistle-alongable. Okay, what other television shows, maybe not as a preacher, but maybe as a family person, somebody that wants to point to a television show to their kids as a perfect object lesson for how they should live their life? What else on television would make a great moral code of conduct for all of us? Here are the phone numbers. 421-KIRO, 421-5476. Toll free is 877-710-KIRO. What's Starsky and Hutch? Lovable Huggy Bear who looked like a pimp, dressed like a pimp, talked like a pimp, but he wasn't a pimp. Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm just brainstorming here. Perhaps you can come up with a better thought-out example. It's 2:34. Your phone calls 421-KIRO, toll-free 877-7. You put them down on the couch in front of cops, and they learn never date any guys who walk around without any shirt on. Because, as you'll notice, every single person who gets arrested on cops is shirtless. Or at least a disproportionate share of those who get arrested are shirtless. So I'm teaching my daughters, don't date guys who walk around without shirts on. It's a great object lesson. Television being used for good, not for evil. At 421-KIRO, toll-free 877-710-KIRO. Steve's on the car phone. Hello, Steve. You're on 710-KIRO.
Hi, Dory.
Hello, Steve.
I was thinking of the Little House on the Prairie. If you could just ignore Michael Landon's hair and him crying almost every scene, I think it's still a pretty good show.
Yeah, I was always disappointed because when I heard from his wife, or was it his wife or his daughter? Somebody after he died just ripped him and talked about how he did not live the life that he portrayed on TV. I don't remember who it was.
I don't remember. Did you ever see that TV show that the guy from Dukes of Hazzard made?
No.
They made a show about him?
Maybe that was it, because I think one of his kids was a consultant on that, because it wasn't a very flattering show, right?
No, not really.
Yeah. Yeah, and one of his kids was a consultant, and I was always surprised to hear that he wasn't even close, apparently, to all the characters he portrayed.
Yeah, my wife just loves the show, and she used to watch it with my son, and like in the morning before he go off to school. So
I know my oldest daughter read all the books, read all the Mary Ingalls Wilder books, so or Laurie Ingalls Wilder. So I guess she's picked up some of those values through the books, hopefully.
That's good.
All right, Steve. Thanks a lot. Great nomination. Let's go to Brian on the car phone. Brian, you're on 710-KIRO.
Gotta say, Leave It to Beaver.
Give me some examples, Brian.
What a show. I mean, look at Ward and June. They're always showing those guys what to live and how to live and what life's all about.
Yeah, you see, if I could only get my wife to wear pearls while she vacuums, I'd feel like I'm half as successful as Ward is then.
Yes, I agree. What a show, though.
Yes, what a show indeed. All right, thank you very much, Jack. Or that was Brian, actually. This is Jack on a car phone. Hello, Jack. You're on 710-KIRO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how about the Fawns, the moral lessons of the Fawns?
Give me some examples.
Oh, boy, I can't remember now. It's been so long since I've seen Happy Days.
Well,
but they had some really good things on there.
Well, no, I remember some things that the Fawn said. Never hit chicks. Never rat out your buddies.
Yeah.
Always brush your tongue before you go out on a date.
Yeah.
There were a lot of lessons that the Fawns taught us.
Well, yeah, but there were a few more than that. A few more moral lessons than that. So I just don't remember them all. He was just a very, like you were talking about before, not wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
He was the kind of guy that, didn't dress the part of a morally great guy.
Right. But, he was. He was good to the core. All right, Jack, thank you very much. Opens up Seattle line, 421-KIRO. Toll free is 877-710-KIRO. 242. News Radio 710-KIRO.
As the Mariners settle the score on the field.
The throw to first is low and wide. It gets on by Palmeiro. A run will score. One scores, two scores. Around third base comes Edgar Martinez. Edgar Martinez, he'll score easily.
Catch every minute of Mariners baseball wherever you go.
The pitch to David Bell.
On your home of the Mariners.
David Bell's going to score.
710 KIRO. KIRO.
The Mariners continue to play tremendous baseball.
Hello, and how are we today?
We're pretty good. I'll take these 2 cans of paint.
Ooh, Misty Melon and Cashmere Cream. Excellent choice.
Thanks. I'm remodeling our dining room.
Super. So, how do we want to pay?
I'll just use this.
Oh, my. This is a Washington Mutual on-the-house Platinum Visa card.
Yeah, is that all right?
All right? Is this some sort of weird cranky-dink? I just got a Washington Mutual on-the-house card, too.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah. I mean, the way it lets you, access the equity in your home, just like a Visa card, it's just plain handy-dandy.
You talk like you work for Washington Mutual, too.
Get out. You work for Washington Mutual?
I do.
What else can I get you? Stir sticks, drop rags? What am I saying, like you would ever drip?
Oh, thanks, but I think I'm okay.
Oh, I'd say okay is an understatement, Missy.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Let Washington Mutual make a fan out of you with their tax-advantaged on-the-house credit card. You can access your home equity line of credit with the ease of a Visa card, and the interest may be tax-deductible. Consult your tax advisor. Washington Mutual. Join the club. Equal housing lender.
When your Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury was new, it could stop on a dime. But over time, that dime turns into a quarter, then a 50-cent piece. Well, now at your participating Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealer, you can get it back to dime status for just $89.95 or less. That's right, quality care, front or rear brake service is only $89.95. And while they skimp on price, they never skimp on parts or service. You'll get Motorcraft Preferred Value brake pads for your Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury. And they'll be installed by the people who know your vehicle best. Factory-trained technicians at your Ford or Lincoln Mercury dealer. So to stop on a dime and save a lot more, hurry into your participating Ford or Lincoln Mercury dealer for $89.95 brake service. That's quality care at your service.
Stop in for $89.95 brake service performed by factory-trained technicians. Get an expert under the hood at your participating Puget Sound Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers.
Install Motorcraft Preferred Value pads front and rear on most cars and light trucks. Excludes machining rotors, taxes extra. See participating dealer for details through 8/6/2000. If you have been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, you may be eligible to participate in a special 12-week clinical research study being conducted by the Tahoma Clinic in Kent and the UW Medical Center. The subject of the study is a topical patch used to treat fatigue. Participants must be 18 years of age and be willing to maintain consistent dietary, exercise, and sleep patterns during the 12 weeks. You must not have gastrointestinal ulcers or contact dermatitis or be pregnant or lactating. If you're interested in being a participant, please call 253-854-4900. Again, 253-854-4900. You will be required to travel to the Tahoma Clinic and the University of Washington at specific dates and times during the 12 weeks. You'll receive $20 per visit, up to $100 total. Call the Tahoma Clinic in Kent at 253-854-4900. The study begins soon, so please call soon to participate. 253-854-4900. Once again, 253-854-4900.
246, News Radio 710 KIRO. I can't comment on this one. Never saw the show. Never once saw the Bachelor. Title says it all, huh? All right, let's get back to your phone calls. How do we feel about this topic, by the way, Phil? You love this topic? See, I'm not sure about this topic. I'll wear my angst on my sleeve here. I'm not sure about this topic. I think it was a good effort on our part to tie in something topical, something in the news. The minister who begins the sermons tonight. I'm just not sure. Mike's on the car phone. Hello, Mike. You're on 710 KIRO.
How you doing, Dory?
Hello, Mike. What do you think about this topic, Mike? Obviously,
I like it.
You see, it inspired you to call.
Yeah.
And we're getting lots of calls on it. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me.
Well, I talked to you a couple months ago. We had trivia on some things about TV, and I told you about Haas and Eric. And I'm back to the Bonanza series.
Bonanza, right.
Bonanza's one, and the other one, I believe, is The Rifleman.
Rifleman, the strong father. Wife has died, and he's still out there being a good, strong dad for his son.
That's it. And growing up and being an example for him.
Now, what about all that gunplay, though? We want that? Want all the gunplay?
No. But there are things behind that you can see with that.
Yeah.
The attitude with and why he's doing it. But today we have different ways of solving our problems. Back then they had that way of doing it.
Yeah, that's true. Now, let's face it. Any dad who's got a jaw like Chuck Connors is a good dad. I mean, I just think a good, strong jaw should be a prerequisite of all of us before we have kids. I would have failed.
I don't think you and I would cover that then.
Yeah, probably not. All right, so Bonanza, Rifleman, and pretty much any show with Michael Landon, it sounds like, would be a good one to live our lives by.
Not necessarily Michael Landon, but Lauren Green with that one with had all the problems solved all the problems a lot of times, and then a lot of times you see the kids interacting. What would Pa do?
Right.
And
what did Pa do? All right, Mike, thank you very much. We still okay with this topic, Phil? Are we still? Yeah, we'll all start wearing the bracelets. WWPD. What would Pa do? We still like this topic, right? We still like it. Phil still likes the topic. Andre on the car phone. You're on 710 KIRO. Hello.
How you doing, pal?
I don't know. I'm filled with angst right now, Andre. I'll be honest with you.
It's a good topic. Don't worry about it.
All right. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Star Trek, the first, not Next Generation. The first round of Star Trek.
Never seen the show.
Never saw the show.
I've never seen an episode of Star Trek.
There's a bunch of episodes in there that deal with just what you're talking about. They had one where this planet, basically everyone's destroyed except for two guys.
Yeah.
They've been fighting for like centuries.
Oh man, the Reverend Fred Phelps would have hated that episode.
And these guys, the only difference was when you looked at them, one guy, half his face was white, and the other guy was black. Other side of his face was black.
Wow.
The guy he was fighting, it was just the opposite. Like his left side was black and his right side was right.
Yeah.
And they were internally like fighting just because of those two differences.
But they were the only two guys left?
The only two guys left. Yeah, their races.
So were they gay?
Like their races had obliterated each other.
Yeah.
And these two guys were the only ones left, since they had equal powers. They were basically like fighting for futility, for infinity, basically.
But they weren't gay?
No, they weren't gay.
Well, but wait a second. They were the only two people left on their planet?
Yeah, there were only two people left on the planet.
Well,
and their whole bent was to destroy each other.
Well, but did they? Or did they both survive?
Actually, well, they kind of left them there. They tried to kind of convince them, that that's kind of a stupid reason to be fighting.
Yeah.
And the whole show just showed the futility of what they were doing, and they just left them there. They went to some kind of dimension, and they continued on fighting.
Yeah, well, that is a good value.
They always had themes like that. The theme of, they got, since you've never seen the show, they got their basic theme of not interfering with other races, regardless of what you think of how they're...
well, it's a good value. I'm all for that. I still think, though, that after the camera... I still think after the camera stopped rolling on that one episode, the two guys who were all alone on their planet, I still think that something happened between them.
If that was the case, that wasn't the overriding feature of why they were fighting.
No, I understand. I'm saying it was an understood element after the episode ended. I just, and again, I haven't seen it, so maybe I'm off base, but I think two guys all alone on a planet, and that's the only way that I'd head in that direction. I don't even know. If there were only two guys left on Earth, I don't know. I just can't see it. For me. I can't see it for me. I am not judging. I do not think it's wrong for anybody else. But for me, I can't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they didn't get together after the episode, after the camera stopped rolling. We like this topic, right? It's 2:52. News Radio, 710 KIRO.
At LendingTree.com, over 100 banks and lenders compete for your business. There are a lot of ways to look at this. Here's one.
Who is that at the door, honey?
A boatload of banks and lenders.
What?
A boatload of banks and lenders.
Well, what did they want?
You know that loan we're taking out?
The car loan?
Yeah.
Well, what about it?
They wanted to fight for it.
Fight us?
No, each other.
A boatload of banks and lenders?
Yeah.
What did you tell them?
I told them to come back tomorrow.
Why?
Because I could.
If you'd like over 100 banks and lenders to compete for your business, come to LendingTree.com. You fill out one simple form and get up to 4 loan offers back within hours. LendingTree.com. When banks compete, you win. Equal housing opportunity. For additional information and state license disclosures, please visit our website located at www.lendingtree.com.
Do you have type 2 diabetes? Do you have difficulty controlling your blood sugar? Or do you take medication for high blood pressure? If so, you may be at increased risk for developing a kidney abnormality called microalbuminuria. Write this number down, 1-888-914-7400. That's 1-888-914-7400. Call this number now to find out if you're eligible to take part in a research study of an FDA-approved medication. To qualify, you must be 40 to 80 years of age and have type 2 diabetes. There are other qualifications, so call 1-888-914-7400 to see if you can participate in this study. Qualified participants will receive at no cost a physician's assessment, laboratory tests, and study medications. To get more information about taking part in this study or to register for consideration in future studies, call now 1-888-914-7400. That's 1-888-914-7400. This message is brought to you by SmithKline Beecham.
And now, historically bad business decision number 472. Rob eats lunch too close to his keyboard. Oh, no. I did not do that. I did not do that! For a business decision that history will look well upon, visit BuyerZone.com, where you get expert purchasing advice on over 150,000 national brand name products and services across 200 categories. Then you can compare and buy in the same place. BuyerZone.com. Buy smart for your business. AOL keyword BuyerZone.
Now, the best reason yet to get digital cable or satellite TV. Introducing the Stars Encore Super Pack. Up to 12 different movie channels. Incredibly, all for about $12 a month. See new hit movies on Stars, Encore, and channels like Action, Mystery, BET Movie Channel, and more. Get the Stars Encore Super Pack. 12 different movie channels. Call 1-800-SUPER-PACK today.
With subscription to digital cable or satellite TV, availability and price may vary.
255 News Radio 710 KIRO.
Austin.
Dori Monson, 12.
A man barely alive.
Random. This is just random now.
Gentlemen, we can rebuild him.
Tom is on the car phone. Hello, Tom. You're on 710 KIRO.
Hi, Dory. How's it going?
It's going well, thank you.
Good. I got one for you here.
Yeah.
Your Roseanne show.
Roseanne,
absolutely.
How did this provide good object lessons?
Well, provides a good object lesson because it's a blue-collar family.
Yeah.
And they're not offered these off-the-wall options like a lot of the other shows, like the Star Trek series. Their options are to get up, go to work, come home, meet the monthlies, do the best you can.
Well,
Nobody ever
until
quit.
they hit that ridiculous lottery that ruined the show.
Well, that was towards the end, towards the wind down, but they can't all be pearls, you know.
Yeah.
But I think overall, the show, I mean, even look at the characters. They weren't supermodels with perfect hair.
Yeah.
The kids weren't anything to look at.
Right.
And they just kept plugging away.
Yeah, that's another show I never saw. I thought that I watched a lot of TV, but people were I guess I never watched the shows that had good moral values. I guess that's what I'm learning from all of this. All right, darn it, I wish I had time for more calls, but I don't. It's 2:56, News Radio 710 KIRO.
Hi there. Welcome to Monolithic Corporate Bank. What do you want?
Well, I'm building a house.
Wonderful.
Do you have anything that compares to Interwest Bank's one-step construction loan?
Oh, listen, at Monolithic, we feel that our valued customers deserve twice as many loans as that.
Twice as many loans?
At Monolithic, you get one loan for construction and another completely separate loan once the house is complete. Isn't that great?
But
imagine the exhilaration you'll feel filling out 2 sets of loan documents and paying 2 loan fees.
Why are you talking so fast?
Because it sounds like a good deal. If you don't think about it too long, can't you see we're offering twice as much as Interwest Bank?
Yeah, twice as much hassle and expense.
You thought about it too long.
With a one-step construction loan from Interwest Bank, the loan you get when you start construction automatically becomes a regular mortgage when the construction is through. So you only have to worry about 1 stack of loan documents and 1 set of fees.
I could explain it even faster.
I'm going to Interwest Bank instead.
Drat.
For a one-step construction loan without the double talk, go to Interwest Bank. Interwest, Washington's hometown bank. Equal housing lender.
Commercial word for Hard Drives Northwest, where I bought my computer system a couple of years ago based on a friend's recommendation. The friend knew a lot more about computers than I. I said, I want a good system. In fact, I want a great system, and I want it at a great price. And I need some help. putting together a system that would work for me for a long time. They sent me to Hard Drives Northwest, and am I glad they did. Because, you see, at Hard Drives Northwest, the salespeople are computer experts, but it's not like they made the sale and then dropped me. You know how some companies will do that? Now, at Hard Drives Northwest, they gave me incredible service after the sale, too. I needed a little bit of hand-holding then, and they were able to do just that. Now, at Hard Drives Northwest, you can check out the systems they have in stock, and they will customize them so that they work just right for you. Give them a call. Hard Drives Northwest, 1-800-908-1888. They're also on the web at hdnw.com. That's Hard Drives Northwest, 1-800-908-1888.
First came the horse. Then came the car. First came the steamboat. Then came the rocket ship. First came the train. Then came the plane. First came .com. Now comes .cc. The next generation of the internet is here. Go online to usaspot.cc and register a domain name for your business, family, kids, hobby, or dream. .cc works worldwide, just like .com. However, with all the good .com names taken, there's now millions of great .cc domain names available. But timing is everything, and the time to get your .cc domain is now. When you get your .cc domain name, you're also going to get a free web starter page, free email forwarding, and free internet access. But you must register now. Go to usaspot.cc. Get your piece of cyber real estate now at usaspot.cc. That's usaspot.cc. Free internet access available in most areas.
That'll do it. Tomorrow, we're going to have to pack 3 hours of entertainment into 90 minutes because we'll have Mariner baseball.